We'll stick to illegal activities that happened in my freshman year. There's really only like two of them. All right, so bam, freshman year of college, bro. Just got my first job, feeling good. All right, your boy was working at a Kmart. It was literally like shutting down. Like the whole intention was like, yeah, nigga, you got 3 months here. you got 3 months here, and then we're gonna be shutting down. I was like, cool, I don't care. I just need a job. It's okay to not have money, just don't stay there too long. Okay. Alright, fair enough. So, got a job working at Kmart, right? And if anyone knows like where that Kmart was in my college and like where I lived in the dorms in that college, it was quite a bit of a walk. At the time, I didn't have a bike. I didn't know about the bus system. Well, actually, there wasn't a bus system. What am I saying? Yeah, there wasn't a bus system. And so I just had to walk every time, right? And it's about like, I would say, goddamn near a mile and a half. So it's quite a walk. It's quite a walk. Anyways, I get done working, and I'm walking back. And on my way back, there's a gaming store, like a gaming card store that I never went into. And I was like, you know what? Today I'm going to go in there. So I go into the gaming card store. I'm like, cool, Magic the Gathering. They had tons of other stuff, but mostly Magic the Gathering. I was like, whatever, this isn't really for me, right? But I also saw in the corner they had like a little freezer or a little fridge that had tons of different sodas in it. And it had a different kind of root beer I never saw before. It was in a glass bottle. And I was like, yo, your boy's fiending. Your boy loves his root beer, right? So I bought it, put it in my backpack, didn't think anything of it. So now I get out the store, I'm walking back, trying to get home. Then I hear someone just yell out my name, bro. Someone just yells out my name. And I'm like, yo, no RMPC. And I was like, yo, who is this? They end up doing a whole U-turn. They pick me up, and I get into the car, and I shit you not, chat. I get into the car. The guy looks at me. He's like, yeah, I know who you are, but you don't know who I am. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I don't. He's like, no, it's cool. We have calculus together. You're always coming in late. I'm like, yup. He's like, yeah, I sit in the back. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I'm talking to the guy. I'm like, yeah, I appreciate the ride. I'm talking to the guy. He was like, yeah, I just got done. Why'd you get into the car? Bro, hey, I didn't feel like walking that mile and a half, bro. I didn't feel like walking. Yo, Conville, it was at the Einstein Bagel where they had like the Dollar Tree. That's what a Kmart used to be, bro. Your boy was not about walking that whole way back. So he just got done working for McDonald's, and he's like, yeah, I saw you, and I was like, I thought I'd give you a ride. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And he's like, yo, actually today's also my 20th birthday, and I was like, oh, dope. He's like, yeah, my manager gave me a whole 36 case of beer. And I was like, wait, how old are you again? He was like, 20. I was like, oh, okay. If you guys don't know, it's Wisconsin, bro. People drink like crazy. So he gives me the ride. We get back to his dorm. And he's like, dude, there's like so many. I might have to take multiple trips, sneaking it up little by little. I don't want to get caught. And I was like, you know what? Damn. I was like, fuck. You know what? I got you. Because I had my backpack on still, right? I was like, you know what? Just put it into my backpack, and I'll go into your room for you. And like, I'll drop it off for you. So we're putting it in my backpack, and I'm just laughing. He's like, what's so funny? I was like, oh. Again, this was freshman year. He's like, oh, I'm going to be an RA next year. And I'm doing this. And then it's like, yeah, this is funny. Anyways, put all the beer in his backpack, get to his room. His whole freaking dorm, bro, his whole room is covered up into like beer containers. Like he cut out the beer carton and he placed like each, like it was like wallpapers. He placed them all over his wall, bro. And I'm like, dear God. So I'm dropping off the beers. He's taking them out of my backpack and putting them into his mini fridge. And man, as soon as he opened his mini fridge, half of it still has more beer in it. And I'm like, dear God. And so we put the rest in there. We somehow put the rest in there. And he's like, you want one? Bro, chat. I said yes. I took one. So I have it in my backpack, and now I'm like nervous as hell, bro. I'm like, oh my gosh, if I get caught with this beer, I'm gonna get expelled. My parents are gonna be so disappointed in me. I did all this thing, like I moved all the way over here for me to get expelled just for a fucking beer, this and that, blah, 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 right? And I was like, whatever. So I get back to my dorm. Bad, I know. I get back to my dorm, and instead of going to my room to go like to drink the beer, I'm like, you know what? I don't care. At this point, it's over with. I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna go to the first floor. Keep in mind, on the dorm I was living in, I was living in the basement. Yo, don't laugh. The basement had the best rooms. All right, the ceilings were high as hell. They were also bigger. The rooms are also bigger. So like, people wanted to live in the basement. Anyways, I go to the first floor lobby. I see one of my buddies there. He's playing Magic the Gathering, right? And I said, you know what? F it. I take out the beer. I show him the beer. I had a plastic cup in my backpack. I poured the beer into the plastic cup, right? After that, I tossed the beer. I made sure to hide it underneath the trash. I was already in the trash bin. And then I also took out my root beer, right? And so I'm talking with my homie. He knows I'm drinking the beer. I'm talking with my homie, and I'm just sipping and joking around and whatnot. Then my RA, literally my RA comes around. He walks by me, and he's like, oh, hey, Nora. I'm like, hey. He's like, is that beer that you're drinking? Bro, I thought it was over. I thought I was done. Chat, when I told you I thought I was done, I thought it was a wrap. Close case. It's over with. I freeze up. My friend freeze up. And I'm like, huh? What? He's like, oh yeah, root beer. That root beer guy right there. I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah. And then he walks away, bro. And I'm like, thank God. Yo, thank God I bought that root beer, bro. Thank God. Yo. And then me and my friend looked at each other, and we were just like, we couldn't even laugh, bro. We were just looking at each other like, oh, wow. That could have been it for me. Especially with that RA. That RA that we had we had two different RAs my freshman year. We had one our fall semester and one during our spring semester. The one during our spring semester, the one that like caught me with the root beer, dude was an asshole. Was a complete asshole. And definitely the type of person who would have just like reported it. And so reported it and made it a much bigger deal. So yo, I thank God for that I didn't get caught. And like since then I was like, okay, I'm never having a beer until I turn 21. Dead ass. Since that day I was like, I'm never having a beer until I turn 21. And that was my second time ever having a beer. That was my second time ever having a beer. The first time I had a beer was from my RA. This was the fall RA guy. The RA from the fall was much, much cooler. His name was Alex. Dude was a hippie, free-spirited person, bro. I remember the first time I met him during like freshman orientation. Man was walking around barefoot. He was scared. Yeah, damn right I was. Why wouldn't I be? Yeah, I thought, look, you don't understand, dude. I thought it was going to be like the end of it. I thought I was done. It was a closed case. I was getting kicked out of school. I was going to bring shame to my family. All right, so now, so the first time I had beer. I keep saying beer. First time I had a beer was from that RA from fall semester. Dude was a cool guy. So it's a spring break. It's not spring break. Sorry, it's winter break. I'm not saying spring break. It's winter break, right? And during winter break, most people leave. Like a lot of people leave, right? And I just ended up booking my flight just a little bit later than after when finals got done because I just didn't know any better, right? And so essentially, it's just me and the RA on the floor, and I'm chilling, just playing some league, and I can hear music being blasted, just being blasted throughout the whole floor, and I'm like, "Yup, that's Alex." So I'm like, I'm just bored. Let me go talk to Alex. So I'm talking to Alex, and Alex was older. Alex was a senior. Alex was older. Alex was like, "Yo, what's up? What's up, Norm BC?" I'm like, "What's up?" We're talking about music, this and that. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm about to go to a party." And he takes out his backpack. He opens the mini fridge and takes his backpack, and he just starts stuffing it. Tons of beer in it. Starts putting a whole bunch of beer in his backpack. And I'm like, "Oh my," right? Again, I'm a freshman. I've never had beer before. He's like, "You want one?" Bro, chat. I looked around. I looked around. I thought man was the feds. I was like, in my head, I'm like, is this a test? Fuck, I don't know. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. So I was like, yeah, I'll grab one. So I took a beer. As soon as I took the beer, chat, bro, I just ran back to my room. I locked the doors, shut the blinds, and took a sip, bro. Took a sip. It tastes like ass, not in a good way, but in that moment, Chad, I felt grown. All right, I felt grown. I felt like I made it. I was having a college experience. So yeah, that was pretty much it. That's pretty much it for my freshman year.